Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be a game between herO and Shuttle here on Fighting Spirit. And let's go ahead and get right on into it. To the top left-hand corner is the orange Zerg player. It is herO! And in the bottom left, an excellent, technically sound, and scary Protoss player. It is Shuttle, playing under his alias Eyewater. Alright, so two amazing players coming at you today on Fighting Spirit. Very, very excited to bring this one to you. Again, elite StarCraft, right? Elite StarCraft. If you're watching this and you never watch the Foreigner casts, like when I cast Straylock or White-Raw or Idra or Rets, like, you should check those out. I'm not kidding right now. I just cast an incredible 28-minute ZVT featuring Idra and another Zerg player. His name was long. Li Shui-Young, I believe it was. He was disgustingly good and terrifying. And it was one of the better ZVTs I've ever cast. It reminded me a lot of Flash. Idra was playing to the best of his abilities and really killing it. So you should check those out. They're really fun too. Anyway, probe scouting around does go the right direction here. So this is probably not Bisu. That's what we're learning from this. As Bisu, it seems, very rarely scouts the right direction in these long macro-style games. And that could be correlation is causation, right? Where basically, if he scouts you early, he's going to murder you fast. If he doesn't scout you early, he kind of has to sit back and play safer and macro a bit more and then kill you later if he's going to. Anyway, the point being here, Forge on the way here for the expand. Recognizing, okay, Zerg player has not expanded yet, which means it was not a hatch first play, which means there's a pool on the way, which means I need to be ready for any scariness along the lines of, holy smoke, slings are going to come and try to kill me. He's checking for pylons, man. He does not want to get cannon rushed at all. And so far, we're good. So let's go ahead and toss that down. Look at the timing. He brought the drone down with time to scout for cannons and then throw down the hatch at the exact right time. That's stupid. That's stupid, insanely efficient. Drone comes down, scouts the right direction as well, sees what we're dealing with, and it is a cannon before the Nexus. He's being safe. He has to be because the pool is done and Zerglings are in production. And that is the last thing you want to hear when you're a Protoss player. Now, the probe up this way is trying to see how many drones are going to come out of here. And the answer is 2 for the moment, and that's really it, according to the production tab. So 2 Zerglings. herO recognizes he can't really punish this at all. He can't really threaten this. Punishing would be if, in fact, it was a Nexus play into a cannon, in which case the Zerglings could get something done. But as it stands, no. The cannon is done. The Zerglings are going to have a real hard time doing much of anything against this. I mean, are they even going to try? I wouldn't even try. That positioning is just too good. You try to hit any of these Protoss buildings, you're going to get smashed in the face by a cannon. So don't do that. Quick third base from herO, though. I'm loving that. If you see your opponent is going for this fast expansion, by all means, take your third at the 3-minute mark, or possibly even before, which is what herO is doing here. Before your natural is done, go for that third base so you can macro up to keep in, just keep up with the Protoss player. Taking gas here. Again, doesn't have a gateway yet. It is now warping in 3.5 minutes. Really greedy openings from both of these players. And really, really super enjoying it at this point. Alright, Hydralisk Den coming on in. Feels like a bit of a lurker push, if you ask me. Or just, actually, regular Hydras are pretty darn effective here, too. You get Hydras, you get range. You can actually hit these buildings without being hit by the cannon. And you can snipe off a Forge, you can snipe off a Gateway, and really just have a good time with it at that stage. Alright, third base about to pop up over here. herO droning up to some extent, going for a Hydralisk attack range. As we saw, Zealot's going to shoo these Zerglings off his porch. As, you know, people like to do with kids. Zealots are old, Zerglings are babies. Is that how this works? I don't actually know. Another Zergling comes in. Or maybe that one just came back. I don't know. Either way, Zergling comes back in and parks himself right on that bridge. Now, the problem with this Hydra attack is to deal with it, what you really want is Storm. Or what you really want are Reavers, one of the two. So what are we doing? It's going to be Citadel of a Dune, so probably Storm based on this. Or a bunch of Zealots with legs are pretty good against Hydras too, especially if they went for the range attack rather than going for the speed upgrade. Which means, oh, Zergling, no! Oh, get out of there. There we go. 2 hits, not enough to kill that guy. Yeah, speed means they can't run away as easily, and running away versus Zealots is kind of paramount. So, Yeesh. And chasing down Zealots is also pretty good too. So the range upgrade is now done. We'll see if herO bothers to go for speed. He is starting speed immediately so we can escape, so we can micro against Zealots that are coming or storms that are coming, whatever it happens to be. At the moment, it's going to be Hydras just sitting back here being super, mega, ultra annoying. This is what Protoss does to Terran. So now they have a bit of a taste of their own medicine here. I kind of like this. Hydra's going right after that gateway, trying to burn it down, and it is dying very quickly because Hydras are glass cannons that will do a ton of damage and die really easily themselves if anything can hit them. So they're happy to take down the gateway. They're happy to take down the forge as necessary. If possible, how many Hydras can attack the forge? Apparently only 3, which I don't believe is the case. There we go. 4 is better. 5 would be better. 6 and 7 would be even better. Losing... there's nothing being researched here, is there? No. Definitely not. So, at this point, Shuttle is just absorbing the losses right now. No. You gotta finish it, though. You can't just let it sit there and regenerate its shields. Alright, good. Does herO decide he's done? Let's see. 2 cannons and 4 Zealots. Doesn't like it all that much. The Hydras do have their legs upgrades. So they can run at this point, but they're playing it safe right now. Taking down the gateway was a big deal. Taking down the forge was a big deal. Really annoying opening here, which I kind of enjoy out of herO. Gets some pressure in and gets a quick third base up. Can't complain about that too much. Now, Shuttle is known for his shuttle play. Obviously, because that's his name. Does he have a robotics facility? The answer is no. Nor is one in production right now. It feels like just a big old giant speed lot attack, which pretty scary stuff, if we're going to be honest with ourselves, fellow Zerg players. Speed Zealots, really scary units. Hard to deal with unless you have some Zerglings to buffer and some Hydras to actually attack. If you only have one of those, it's going to be a bad time for you. So here are the Zerglings with the Hydras, and now the Zealots don't want to engage. See, the Zerglings really change that equation for the worse. Third base is an option for attack here. They are hoofing their way over here as fast as they can go. Across the ground here on Fighting Spirit. One Sunken exists. That does not seem like it's enough. Zerglings and Hydras have to come across to try to join the party too. So great positioning, actually, of the Sunken. The Zealots have to come all the way around if they're going to try to kill it. Just kidding. All 3 of them, well, 3 of them can sneak in there anyway. Drones Mineral walking their way out of here. Sunken trying to kill what they can. I think these Zealots are all pretty much entirely dead. They're going to get the Sunken, but that's going to be it for them. They are retreating up to the top, potentially 4th base location for herO. But Shuttle getting some stuff done there. Did force a bit of a pull of some drones. I'm not sure if any of them actually died. More Zealots doing a bit of a run-by. Up into the main base of herO. Going after drones and not caring if Zerglings are going to try to murder them in the meantime. So it's 23 to 33 workers. There's just not enough economy here for herO. And this is to be expected for Zerg at a certain point. Right up to about the 11 or 12 minute mark, they are going to be down in worker supply and overall supply versus their opponent. So far, so good. I want to say more Zealots are heading across the map. Are they going to actually juke these Lings? They're going to juke these Lings. Come right on in where there's a handful of Hydras to defend against 4 Zealots. Oh, did he see that? Somehow I think he saw that. And he is responding perfectly to this too. Getting the Zerglings in. Going for the surround. The Zealots want nothing to do with this number of Zerglings, but I don't know how much of a choice they have. They can't outrun the Zerglings, that's for sure. As we can see, these guys cruising on in. Zerglings do have to stop, though, if they're going to change direction, and if they're going to attack. So that's one way you can actually outrun them over time. Are all 4 of these Zealots going to make it home? Are you serious right now? No, one of them does not make it home. Holy what? Dark Archon in production. Woohoo! When on earth have we ever seen... We see so many Dark Archons. Like, I was led to believe Dark Archons did not exist in Brood War. But holy crap, they get played and used way more often than I expected. So go figure on that one. Mutalisks are out, and I'm not sure. What do we have down here? We have a cannon. Oh, these High Templar dying would be such... Oh, even worse. Well, not even worse. I mean, turning... Oh. Did he storm his own? No, actually managing to not storm his own Archon there. Can the Archon come out and save himself? The answer is barely, but no. Muta does go down. And more Archons coming on in. So that was some pretty good Muta play. Enjoying that immensely. Maelstrom coming in. Ooh, are we going to see Maelstrom and Storm in this game? Oh, love Maelstrom and Storm Even as a Zerg player, it just makes my heart happy to see Maelstrom and Storm. I don't know why. Because it's so rare and it's so good. I think if it was in every game and was just wrecking Zergs every day left and right, I'd be sadder about it. But as it stands, we don't really have the combination of Maelstrom and Storm. We just have, well, actually, High Templar just showed up. We have the combination of Maelstrom and Storm, everybody. Not enough energy on these guys to throw down Storms yet, which is understandable. The top right-hand base, there we go, for herO. So we got a 4-basing Zerg right now to a 3-basing Protoss. But he's got a pretty scary army, I gotta say. He's going to try to get in here and get something done at the natural base. Meanwhile, herO throwing away some Zerglings on nothing down here at the natural of Shuttle. Lurker aspect being researched. Shuttle does not want to go into that maze of Sunkens, and I can't say that I blame him. More Sunken aspect going to be happening here at the third base. And I think herO has control of this game. Dude, losing those High Templar would be just disgustingly bad. Okay, Zealots back here to cover. Bringing Dragoons back to cover a little bit. Archon in the mix here too. Fair enough. Doing pretty well. Controlling his dudes is Shuttle, and control and Brood War is super difficult. Here we go. Tacking on in. We got Zealots. We got Archons. We are going into the Sunkens, into the Hydralisks. The Lurkers get in here in just the darn near nick of time. Zerglings on the backside do pick off one of the High Templar, which is pretty good stuff. Don't kill the Dark Archon. Don't do it. Okay, Dark Archon alive. Sunken's problematic, especially with Hydra support for these Zealots. And Shuttle is struggling a bit here, you guys. Shuttle's on 2 bases versus a 4-basing Zerg. It is 50 to 49 workers. herO has caught up in overall supply. As far as workers are concerned, his army's not that big, but he has a good combination of Lurkers, Sunkens, Hydras, and Zerglings right now with Mutalisks, I guess. I don't know where those guys went. I assume that they're all dead at this point. Hydra high ground with some Zealot buffering. Well, the high ground, I guess, doesn't really matter, as the Zealots got to the high ground themselves really quickly. Extremely quickly there. Queen's Nest on the way from herO. We're going to see some Hive play here. Defiler definitely going to be used. And no opportunity to use Maelstrom Storm because all the High Templar are dead. Just kidding. There's one right here. He has enough energy for a Storm. Good job by him. Third Nexus on the way somewhere. Ah, left side. Third Nexus coming on in. If that gets shut down, it is game over for Shuttle. Just, we're done. We're done at this stage. So hopefully it doesn't die for Shuttle because I want to see a longer match rather than ones that, you know, is like 14 minutes. Not as long as it turns out, laddie. I don't know why we're chasing these Hydras, but they're all gonna die. I mean, pretty good use of the Lurker Egg as a blocker there, but you're all still dead anyway. Yeah, especially with the Archon. Archon, pretty good stuff versus eggs, as it turns out. And Lings can't get up here to shut down the third because Zealots exist and there's a cannon backing them up. 2 cannons, actually. 132 to 103 total supply. Shuttle is up in overall army supply, but herO's up in worker count. And the longer that goes on, the worse it is for the Protoss player. Hive coming on in. Additional Lurkers in production from herO. Spending his money exceptionally well. And that third base is fully operational for Shuttle. Bunch of Dragoons here to deal with the Lurker play. Defiler Mound coming in. Adrenal Glands on the way. We're getting additional missile attacks and melee attacks. And are we going for this? Kind of feels like we're going for it, if you know what I mean, Burn. Just from distance, the Dragoon count is suddenly really high. They take down one of these macro hatches at the natural base. So that's a pretty big win. Shuttle's in production with shuttle movement on the upgrade. Gravitic Drive being researched here today. Zergling trying to see if there's a base over here they need to worry about. The answer is no. And these Zealots are totally dead. So they're dead. But the question is how many of these Zerg units are dead as the army's coming out to deal with them. Ling Hydra versus Dragoon is not fair. Good get out of here, Dragoons. Not what you want to see. There's a bunch of Zerglings and Hydras on high ground trying to murder you. So you're replacing that macro hatch. He's replacing them somewhere in his main. He's going for additional macros. He's looking pretty good on hatch count, I gotta say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 hatches at 14 minutes is not too shabby. especially with this 4-base economy he's rolling with. herO swinging on down to try to shut down this base. Archon Zealot really, really good against Ling attempts to get up this ramp anyway. Hydra support making more of a problem and actually drawing the whole army back. Oh, the cancel. The cancel on the Nexus was humongous. Really, really big. herO, boom, taking the 12 o'clock for his 5th. Entire north section of the map is his now, all along that top side. That is going to be Zerg territory. You come here at your own risk. Couple Hydras die in. herO really catching up in overall supply. Still has a lead with worker count too, and his income is very nice. Sure, if you want to toss down some storms on this army, I think that's probably fine. Oh, losing a High Templar though. Never mind. Don't lose High Templar. That is my number one rule of trying to play StarCraft is don't lose your High Templar. Now, where are these shuttles? Ooh, Reavers are out too. 2 Reavers are out, actually. So I think we're going to try to Reaver drop here. Overlords are positioning themselves in a place to where they're probably expecting some kind of a drop. Again, it's Shuttle. Have I ever cast a game of Shuttles where he doesn't go for drops of some kind at some point? I'm not convinced that I have. So our guy has 2 Reavers in it. We're going to follow him across the map temporarily. Then we're going to get distracted by this army down south. And once again, Shuttle really needs to hang on to this Nexus. If he can hang on to this Nexus, it would be awesome. Oh, tacking on in with Dark Swarm for the first time today. Ling's going after this 3rd base. Shuttle is in a lot of trouble, you guys. He cannot lose this base. And he is not, because Reavers exist. And Reavers don't care about your Dark Swarm. There's your Maelstrom Storm combo for the first time today. And Shuttle does manage to hang on to the 6 o'clock and the 9 o'clock bases. Where did our Shuttle go? You know what? It just showed up over here, didn't it? It unloaded the Reavers in the place they were needed most. Dude, these Reavers are putting on a clinic right now. The Storm is super good, too. herO thought he could take this base, and he could not, ladies and gentlemen. Single Lurker somehow surviving on this ramp. There's no detection. So he's going to be allowed to do damage for some time anyway. So nicely done. Shuttle fighting and scrapping hard to get his 3rd and 4th bases. He is now technically a 4-basing Protoss with 52 probes. And yes, herO's got his 5 bases running. He's looking extremely scary himself, but a Shuttle's not in a position to die right now, at the very least. Ooh, Observers need to get out of here. Observer running. And the Shuttle didn't feel like chasing in all the way. Great Storms on the incoming Hydras and Zerglings. And High Templar down. Oh, it's so expensive. So expensive. Did you just plague 2 Zealots and an Archon? Not the best plague I've ever seen in my entire life, but you do what you gotta do in StarCraft sometimes. Couple Zergs running into the meat grinder of the Protoss army up north here, and we are really close, you guys. This game is close in every aspect. Zerg has 1 base up on the Protoss, but that is to be expected as the game goes on here. Shuttle somewhat abandoning his 6 o'clock just because, well, what he's got here is a High Templar and a bunch of cannons, but I kind of feel like 1 Dark Swarm and a good number of Lings could take this sucker down. We'll see if that's something that herO wants to do. Additional Defilers coming in, because the Defilers are the key to winning this game, despite the fact that you have a ton of stuff and you're maxed out. You still need Defilers if you're going to beat Shuttle. Whether it's for the Plague or whether it is for the Dark Swarm, these are things that you need. Right side, it looks like herO wants to take this base. He's got a drone in position to toss down the hatch, and there it is with an army right outside. Mind you, I really like Shuttle's army. He's got 2 Reavers. He's got a bunch of Dragoons, Zealots, Archons, and High Templar. So what do you do against this if you're herO? You can't go mass Hydra because there's too much Storm and Dragoons involved. But you can't really go that many Lings because of how many Archons are present. Oh, the surround, though. Let the surround be done. Got the Dark Archon in the mix. Has he cast anything yet? I don't know, but the Archons are fighting. There's the Maelstrom up north. More Lurkers trying to get on in here and make something happen. Lurkers causing some major problems. The Hydra sniping stuff down to that Archon left behind and murdered by the Lurkers army. Backed into a corner just a little bit here too, but I'm not sure there's enough Zerg here to be a problem. A Plague would be good. There you go. Plaguing up those Dragoons, making them that much squishier. And we're back down to 166 to 150 or so. So again, herO has the lead. He's got the macro abilities, but the cost efficiency here belongs definitely to the Protoss. Right side base came up successfully, and that's what herO cared about. He was able to take the 3 o'clock for his 6th. He's a 6 basing Zerg, you guys. It's pretty scary stuff. You know, if you're a Shuttle fan. Is he still... I don't know that I've seen him try a drop at all. We're still at about 68 drones, and we've been there for a while. Big old drone transfer across the entire map, which does belong to herO in fairness, so it wasn't that much of a risky endeavor. Observers, this is why you get observer speed, so Hydras can't chase them down and murder them as easily. So the question is, what do we have here? I can't believe this dude is still alive. He's got feedback. He could feedback a Defiler if he wanted to, but I think Maelstrom may be a little bit more useful at this stage, especially, again, combined with Storm, as more High Templar are in production from Shuttle. So much army up here, too. herO kind of floating a lot of army right now, as he is maxed out, but guess who's maxed out as well? Yeah, Shuttle is. Great Plague, catching a lot of these units and trying to bait into those Lurkers, which really pair well with plagued dudes. Papa! Papa! Oh, Plague going down, ladies and gentlemen. Plagues are good. Not going to complain about them. Ultralisk Cavern on the way from herO. I'm not sure that Ultras are you want here with a bunch of Archons and Zealots and Dragoons. Like, all these things are pretty good against Ultras, guy. But whatever. Are you seriously going now? I don't know that I really agree with this decision to kind of go in with half your army and let everybody else hang out up here. Ling's coming around the right side. I mean, this just feels like the beginning of the end for Shuttle. He is being... There it is. He's being backed into a corner here. Not many places to run. As it turns out, the Storms are disgustingly good, though. Bunch of Lings going down to that. The Lurkers are trying to hang, but Storm and Archon's dealing with those pretty darn effectively, too. Hydra count still a little bit scary versus the number of Dragoons and Archons that are here. But are they, is the question. Not really. herO backing out, producing 10 Zerglings at a time. Lurker does take down a Dragoon, something you don't see every day. Regrouping with his reinforcements and pushing in on Shuttle, who's forced to trap, or forced to get back up this ramp. Otherwise, he will be trapped down here. And a couple Archons do end up dead. Losing those Archons was huge. It's 179 to 123 total supply right now. herO is killing it. He's doing so well. He has not lost a single base today. He's taken the bottom right-hand base. Shuttle desperately trying to hold on to the 4 bases that he owns right now, but expanding seems to be out of the question. There's just no way to do it. Zerg player has to contain insofar as Zerg is capable of making contain. Defiler goes down after a Plague catches a ton of Dragoons right in the face. They're all pretty well injured already. I'm not sure how much that would matter in the long run. Yeah, another Lurker down. Reaver's getting some serious damage here too. 198 to 147. It looks bad now, but Shuttle should be able to remax out here on the 4 base with the amount of production that he has. He's making 7 Zealots at a time, 4 High Templar at a time, recognizing how important Storm is against this Zerg opponent. The problem is that herO has just been really allowed to do whatever he's wanted economically. For the most part today, he's been attacked a couple times at 3 or 4 of his bases, but none of the bases have actually gone down. And that's a key. That is a key to beating Zerg, is you gotta kill bases. You just let them hang out, they'll overwhelm you like this. Like this. Just make 100 Zerglings and say, what up? Let's go. 3-3 Hydras. 3-3 Zerglings. Dark Swarms are up. Storms are trying to deal with it too. It is the stormy weather right now. Oh, this is insane. The meat grinder is real right now. Attacking into there was a huge mistake for herO. My gosh, why would he do that? These Reavers and these High Templar are doing some work. 6 kills on that one. No kills on you. How? How about you? Also 0 kills. All right, well, some of the storm murdered some things. I'm pretty sure I saw that, but 15 Ultralisks just got put into the production tab by herO. 15 Ultras. Is that enough? How many Reavers do we have? Still the 2? Still the 2, I think. Man, these Reavers putting in so much work for the Protoss army. So here are our 15 Ultralisks that are fully upgraded, mind you, with 6 armor and plus 3 attack, doing 29 damage per Kaiser Blade. Of course, pathing's really bad for them, so they're kind of getting stuck back here. He's killing his own Sunken so that the Ultras can't get out. But, dude, Shuttle is maxed out. I told you he was capable of doing this on 4 bases. And he's just marching out with this really weird composition. It's not all Archons. It's not all Dragoons and Zealots. It's not all Storm. He's pushing on in to this bottom right-hand base. But here come the Ultralisks and the Zerglings and the Hydras. Let the storming commence. Let the Maelstrom and the storming commence here. Oh my gosh, Shuttle. And then Shuttle tapped out. What? 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 Hold. But. I guess that was his entire army. Hold up. Yada, yada, yada. This stuff happens. Slowing it down. That is so pretty. That's the thumbnail. That's just gorgeous right there. So all the Hydras die. Like, we're looking at 2 Hydras remaining. And that's it. There's your GG. Okay, and I guess that's it. It's 187 to 119 supply. He wasn't able to kill this base, right? There are still... how many Ultralisks here? Holy crap, there's still 11 Ultralisks here. And there are 7 more in production. All right, fine. I'll give it to you, Shuttle. I'll give you that you're dead. Acceptable outcome in the end. Wow, what a match, though. Again, herO never lost a base. herO's able to expand 100 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total bases. Versus the 4 that Shuttle was hanging on to. And Shuttle was still mining from 2 of them. But you recognize it was going to take a lot of Reavers, a lot of Dragoons, and a lot of Zealots to take down these Ultralisks, just getting outnumbered immensely, just super outnumbered here. Bank is huge for herO, not much gas there for Shuttle at the end of the game. So, great job, man. I mean, that was herO just being everywhere, just having enough to stay alive, having enough to just delay a couple bases of Shuttle from time to time. And sure, he never killed another base after that, but he was able to expand and own the middle of the map, and anytime a Shuttle went anywhere, it was bad news for him. So great job by herO. One of the better games I've ever seen him play, to be honest. He's a lot of fun to watch, though. And look at that, 7 Ultras in production, just as the coup de grace. Coup de grace? I don't know how to say that, actually. Anyway, 206,000 points for Eyewater, 227,000 for herO, 794 Zerg units produced to 278 Protoss units produced. It's insane this game went 26 minutes when this discrepancy exists, but look at this. Killed 500 Zerg units. Killed 500, lost 190 Protoss units. That incredible stuff. But this is it right here. Gas mine, minerals mine, total spent severely in herO's favor in all categories. And that just means he was able to make some really stupid attacks because he was ahead enough and had a bank enough to where he could do it. Just freeing up supply for, 17 Ultralisks as you do. So great stuff, man. Great stuff. Amazing game. And that's going to be it from me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.